All right, let's get a move on then and put the spotlight on naukari.com. Talk a little bit more about the hiring activity. What is that like? Yeah, the months ahead, seeing hope for the onset of hiring upcycle. Let's understand better with Pawan Goyal, who is the Executive Director and Chief Business Officer at naukari.com. Pawan, thanks so much for taking time out. 8 consecutive months of a decline. What is it that we're looking at when it comes to the hiring trend? Basis your insights, I believe there has been an uptick. Take us through what you're picking up.
Yeah. So hiring activity was on a year-on-year decline for last 15 months or so. It had reached almost like -2, -3 in April, May. But June was a sudden surprise. There looks like there was breaks on the hiring activity in June and went to -8%. But July is a sudden acceleration, and we've seen 12% increase in hiring activity. Now this hiring activity is across sectors. Okay, it's secular growth. It's led by pharma, which is 26%, FMCG, which is 26%, real estate, which is 23%, and IT is also showing growth, which is at 17%. Okay, so this is very secular growth across industries in July. So just like June was a sudden break, July looks like a very significant acceleration from where we were.
Now, let's talk about individual sectors and in particular the IT services and software sector. Given that there has been that 17% YOY growth, can we say that that has bottomed out?
So I think we want to see this sustain for a couple of months before we say it's bottomed out. But certainly this is an encouraging sign.
There's been a lot of clamor around interest rate cuts in the US that may trigger an uptick in the technology spend as well. And now, suddenly, overnight, there are some recessionary concerns as well. Do you think all of it could lead to a sharp bout of hiring if things were to go the positive way? Or do you think companies will stay a lot more measured despite orders coming in?
So the IT bench utilization is at an all-time high. So unless something material changes, I think I would expect from an IT point of view a further uptick in hiring. Okay. Now July is an encouraging sign, and we'll have to watch for a couple of more months to say that sustained hiring has come in. Now there's one more important part which I forgot to mention earlier. So fresher hiring, fresher and up till 0 to 8 years of experience hiring was consistently seeing decline. This is the first month we are now seeing hiring in fresher segment as well as relatively inexperienced segments. So that also is a very good sign. Now in these fresher and junior segment, the hiring is led by FMCG and medical. Okay, so this July is really an overall optimistic story. Whether that sustains is what we have to see.
Right. Pharma, FMCG, real estate, they've all showed good traction in the quarter gone by. Do you expect the momentum to continue in these segments?
See, look, it's hard for me to predict, but it's an encouraging sign. It's as I said, this is after 15 months we have seen a secular increase in index. So it's a very significant change, and I hope it sustains. Now, even if you take GCC, that also is growing. So GCC is now growing 12% year on year. So you'll be hard pressed to find sectors which are not growing at this time. So this is a very, very different job speak that we have.
Right. And what about the AI impact on hiring? Recently we had a conversation with Kunal Shah as well of CRED, and he said it's going to become mandatory to possess the skills for Gen AI. How do you see that, and what's the advice?
So this has been a 300-year-old debate whether technology will lead to job destruction or job creation. If you take the long arc of that 300-year history, every time there's been technology disruption, there has been growth in jobs. So will generative AI be any different? Don't know. But if history is an indicator, this should lead to further job creation. Now, the generative AI skills clearly has led to explosion in demand for machine learning. We see about 47% year-on-year growth for machine learning engineers, data scientists, BI managers, AI product managers. across the board. So the 47% year-on-year growth is very substantial. So clearly, India Inc. is doubling down on AI. So going back to Kunal Shah's comment, I think yes, every person, every department will have to be Gen AI, will have to leverage Gen AI to become more productive. At Naukari, we have doing that across our departments. It's a charter for everyone to become increase their productivity by using generative AI, and we have seen substantial improvements in productivities across our different departments.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining in and giving us a heads up as to what some of the trends are reflecting when it comes to hiring and individual sectors.